Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely check out my last segment. Wasn't too long ago. And we have so much to talk about right now. It is all coming down. They're being crushed by the weight of their own corruption. They're being destroyed by their own duplicity, disingenuous behavior, cheating, crimes, cover-ups, fabrications. And they don't even know it. So it's like they're pretty much oblivious to any corrupt activity. They don't know. They have no concept. Luke St. Martin, thank you. ACUer, thank you for moderating. Elizabeth Luker, thank you for moderating. And Eric H526, thank you. And thank you, everyone, to my super chat. Thank you so very, very much for everything. And at the end of the day, what you're going to have, ladies and gentlemen, is let's just recap. Just a quick recap, okay? A quick recap. Now, Tony Podesta under federal criminal investigation. I wrote that he would be. He was. Here he is, under federal criminal investigation. That's because of the Mueller probe. You have two giant 757 planes from the DOJ touching down on Little Rock. Daily Beast reported, the Daily Beast. In fact, I'll go ahead and give you the link right now. Very reputable, wonderful publication. Wrote a hit piece on me for no reason other than I was a Bernie Sanders supporter. And Daily Beast, DOJ, emails, Justice Department looking into Clinton emails. And then you have, they move slow as molasses. Thank you, A. Clark. Thank you, everyone. And then you have two giant you have two giant planes that fly in to Little Rock. Oh, well, it was about a drug bust. Okay. Now you have Trump pulling the security clearance from John Brennan. Just the mere talk about that weeks back was like, oh my God, he's pulling the security clearance. Say it ain't so. No, that can't be. Oh my goodness, that can't be. Oh, and by the way, the security clearance was pulled. And there was a really interesting, you have Peter Strzok fired. So what am I? I'm forgetting the biggest thing of all. So Peter Strzok was fired. So you have all of these things taking place. Andrew McCabe fired. James Comey fired. You have 6 people who are either no longer there. Then Lisa Page flipped on her former lover, the lovely Lisa Page, by the way, absolutely lovely, absolutely beautiful. Now went ahead and flipped on Peter Strzok. And I'm going to get to Sarah Carter's article in a second about Christopher Steele saying the same thing as Peter Strzok. Peter Strzok talked about an insurance policy called Trump Russia. And Christopher Steele talked about firewalls. I'll read you really quickly. This is Sarah Carter, a brilliant journalist. There are so many journalists, female journalists, that I think are absolutely so brilliant. Elizabeth Voss, Disobedient Media, Sarah Carter, Kimberly Strassel, Cheryl Atkins. There's just so many wonderful journalists, and they're all female. They're amazing. Exclusive new Susie Dawson is amazing. Exclusive new text reveal. Steele anxious over Comey testimony, hopes firewalls will hold. What? Christopher Steele is now completely outed. The three most, if they're smart, the 3 most miserable people or unhappy people in the world because of the Mueller probe eventually ending and because of Trump, who is not vindictive. Trump has been wronged, and he goes after people who wrong him. The fact that Gina Haspel is that the CIA should say everything, but Brian Pagliano, who set up Clinton's server, Christopher Steele, who wrote a bogus, dumb dossier, are two of the people, I should say, who, and then Reddit Stone Tier is not in a great position either. But those people are now in the sights of President Donald Trump. Political sites, peaceful, political, legal. And you have a situation where it's a really interesting, at least six senior FBI officials involved in the Hillary Clinton email investigation have been fired or have resigned since May 2017. You have FBI director, you have chief of staff Jim Rybicki, you have deputy director Andrew McCabe, you have special Lisa Page, who was way high up. You have Peter Strzok. And it's just so interesting how Bill Priestap and Michael Steinbach and others, they're okay. You have Jim Baker. Oh, my goodness. Okay. I want to yawn, but I can't yawn. Okay. So it's just unbelievable. And to my super chat, thank you so very, very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. We have 427 people here. And let's read this. Exclusive new texts reveal Steele anxious over Comey testimony, hopes firewalls will hold. In March 2017, 2 days before former Director James Comey testified to lawmakers that the Bureau had an open counterintelligence investigation into President Trump's campaign, former British spy Christopher Steele sent an urgent message to Department of Justice official Bruce Orr, hoping that, quote, important firewalls will hold when Comey testified. Isn't that interesting? A text message from Steele, who compiled the infamous unverified dossier on Trump, was sent on March 18, 2017 to Orr and obtained by sarahcarr.com from a government source familiar with the ongoing investigation. So, an important firewalls will hold. Why is Christopher Steele speaking to an Obama? I love 2017. Why is Christopher Steele speaking to an Obama official? I mean, really, still at the FBI, still at the DOJ, but really a DOJ Obama official who communicated, who was the liaison between oh yeah, there you go. Between James Comey and Fusion GPS and Nellie Orr. How does that work? Orr was demoted twice by the Department of Justice for not disclosing that his wife, Nellie Orr, worked for Fusion GPS, the now embattled research firm, which paid Steele for the documents. So they're going to go ahead and they're going to say, well, how did they spin this? Peter Strzok was eventually fired. He was saying, oh, well, no, there was no bias, no bias. And the Democrats tried to spin the IG. Well, you could see that there was no, the prosecutorial decisions that were not biased, which means the prosecutors were not given the evidence to indict, which means that Peter Strzok and Lisa Page and all of them, Andrew McCabe and James Comey, did not, I repeat, did not find out how Hillary Clinton transferred top secret and special access program intelligence from Cyprian, JWICs, and SCIFs. How did it happen? How did she do it? Well, you can't rely on any of these people who have been fired or demoted. And there's only 6 FBI officials, and yes, Nellie got a ham radio license. to circumvent, obviously, the NSA or any surveillance. But apparently the NSA didn't even know that Hillary Clinton was using a server outside the U.S. government. So there you go. Orr was demoted twice by the Department of Justice for not disclosing that his wife, Nellie Orr, worked for Fusion GPS, the now embattled research firm, which paid Steele for the documents. Orr has been deposed for questioning by the House Judiciary Committee and is expected to speak to lawmakers behind closed doors on August 28th. In the text, Steele writes, "Or hi, just wondering if you had any news. Obviously, we're a bit apprehensive given scheduled appearance at Congress on Monday, hoping that important firewalls will hold. Many thanks." Important firewalls will hold regarding what, and why would you be apprehensive? Why would you be apprehensive? Any reason? Any reason that Christopher Steele would be apprehensive? Or that he would mention important firewalls? Firewalls? Because the whole thing was a fabrication. He went after Trump. They framed Trump. He did not have contacts with Russia. He did not have he didn't get the DNC. He didn't get Russian hackers to hack the DNC to let everybody know that Bernie Sanders was being cheated. James Clapper stated there's no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. Mueller probe has zero evidence. And there you go. There you go. I mean, it's pretty much everything's just coming down. Everything is just coming down. It's just unbelievable. I'm sorry. Grateful Filipina. Hello, guys. Thank you, Grateful Filipina. Thank you so very, very much for watching. Luke St. Martin. Thank you. Thank you, Luke St. Martin. Thank you very much. Definitely need the exactly coffee. Yes. Thank you. I went to a beautiful wedding yesterday evening. Oh, Lord. I didn't put my phone on vibrate. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let me read you this. So I'll continue reading this. So Sarah Carter. This is Sarah Carter. This is from her website. And she's absolutely, absolutely fantastic. The exchange raises questions, according to a government source who asked, what did Steele mean by important firewalls before Comey testimony? And what did Orr mean by earlier information he provided? The source noted that the firewall statements seemed to raise similar questions posed by lawmakers after now fired FBI agent Peter Strzok sent the infamous insurance policy text to his paramour, former FBI attorney Lisa Page. Is mistress a sexist word now? Let me just go ahead and mistress. Is mistress sexist? You know how things go. The mistress, the other woman, the way we talk about relationships are inherently sexist. Okay, Washington Post. So I guess mistress is now. We need to lose biased words like mistress for good. Mistress evolved from benign to sexist. Well, there you go. She's not a mistress anymore. She's a paramour. Well, Sarah Carter's amazing, but she's not a mistress anymore. She's a lover. Lover. Peter Strzok's lover. So, this Histress. Well, it's now they're going to make the guy a histress. Because, you have to make it even. So, all right. So, Strzok, the lead investigator in the FBI's investigation into Trump, was removed last August from special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation after the DOJ's Inspector General revealed thousands of text messages, including troves of anti-Trump text messages between him and Page. Page, who was working as the general counsel for now fired Deputy Attorney General Andrew McCabe, is no longer with the FBI. Now, does she get fired, or does she flip and sing? She already flipped and sang, but it would be interesting if she gets fired. It's either way. If she doesn't get fired, she gets fired. It's not good for anybody. Last week, SarahCarr.com published a law enforcement and sensitive document written by Orr that raises serious concerns about among lawmakers regarding the possible contacts with FBI agents, including the Russia Trump Bureau investigation. Months before Comey testimony on November 21st, 2016, the handwritten document by Orr lists a possible meeting with Strzok, Page, and Special Agent Joe Pientka, who, along with Strzok, interviewed former National Security Advisor Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, who should be completely just cleared, not just pardoned and cleared, or cleared and pardoned. The document is one of several hundred documents obtained by lawmakers after long battles with the DOJ. In the handwritten note, Orr jots down no prosecution yet, pushing ahead on M case in reference to Paul Manafort, who is now facing years-old charges on financial crimes and money laundering. Orr also wrote in the same memo may go back to Chris in reference to Christopher Steele. So Christopher Steele almost certainly played everyone in the U.S. government. Unbelievable. So they're going back and forth. A DOJ official from Obama's administration is going back and forth. And it's just unbelievable. It's an overt cover-up. An overt cover-up. Or, sorry, an overt, an overt cover-up with the Clinton email investigation, and then a setup, a fabrication. They framed Trump. They framed Flynn. With Manafort, they didn't really frame, but with Manafort, it was kind of like, he committed crimes, but they had to get something on Trump, so they just wanted to throw as much, just mud as they could. They knew that Trump could pose a danger. They were spying on Trump since 2013. The smartest people in the room, the smartest people, said Trump could go ahead and win this thing. In 2015, GCHQ spied on Trump. Found nothing. In 2016, Christopher Steele goes ahead and writes a bogus fake news dossier. James Comey, Peter Strzok, then utilized that to get a FISA warrant on Carter Page. Carter Page was charged with no crimes. There was no evidence that Carter Page did anything wrong. And furthermore, the FBI had an open, direct line of communication to Carter Page. The guy literally did nothing wrong. And they still went ahead and spied on him because Once you get the FISA warrant, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is very important. Once you get the FISA warrant, you can then justify other actions, other things taking place. You can justify unmasking names, like Susan Rice and Sally Yates did. You can justify continued investigation. You can hide behind a whole plethora of classified information. So what they did, and this is important, so what, we're 25 minutes in, 20 minutes into the most important. What they did was set up an investigation to hide behind, oh, it's classified. I can't go ahead and speak about that. It's classified. What they did was set up an investigation to hide behind as much classified data as they could, because their end goal was to set up Trump. Their end goal was not to convict Trump of anything. They knew they were never going to convict Trump of anything because there was nothing to convict him of. And 5541 James, if Styx is predicting that, then there's a good possibility. Styx is like amazing. Styx Hexenhammer is amazing when it comes to predicting things. And you know, he was way better than me during the election. I was saying Clinton was going to lose. He was going state by state by state, you know. Although I'm hoping to work my way up to Styx level of predictions. Well, actually, I'm not going state by state. I'm just saying they're going to lose. The GOP is going to continue to keep control of the House. There'll be a Republican Speaker of the House, and Republicans will control the Senate. And I'm on RT Crosstalk saying that. But Styx is definitely the man. But my name is H.A. Goodman. Padme. All right. So what they did was, this was all done under the guise of an investigation. They built the apparatus. They built the apparatus of the investigation. They built a monstrosity, and once it was up and running, people couldn't stop it. Once it was up and running, not only could President Trump not stop this, but you had a situation where the DNC, the WikiLeaks Podesta DNC emails, could be seamlessly merged into the whole, collusion thing. Well, we were investigating Trump. Well, look at this. We're investigating Trump. And then the NSA and the FBI and CIA are moderately to highly confident that Russia hacked the DNC? Wait a second. There has to be some connection. We have zero evidence with the Steele Dossier, and we have zero evidence with CrowdStrike. So let's combine the zero evidence into hysteria, hyperbole, paranoia, and a Rachel Maddow tax segment. And you will have enough liberals to possibly keep, enough crazed, deranged liberals to possibly keep the Democratic Party afloat as progressives leave, as minority voters leave, as Republicans are strengthened, as independents continue to flock to either the Republican Party or just leave in a walk away or a hashtag Demexit. So that's the issue here. The issue here is Christopher Steele was not as smart as he thought he was. Christopher Steele very, very likely didn't think that everybody on the planet, especially everybody in the conservative side of the United States, would see what his motives were, what he did. Fusion GPS getting paid for by Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton not only purchasing a Steele Dossier, not only purchasing essentially a FISA warrant, not only purchasing an investigation. Before that, they covered up her actual crimes with evidence, and they said she didn't intend to do it. With Trump, they said he intended to do things that they didn't even have evidence of. With Trump, there is no evidence. No evidence at all. But the intent is there. Isn't that interesting? The intent. And then you hear like these stupid people, almost certainly bots on Twitter. And that's another thing. The bots on Twitter are like, oh, he was installed. This person was installed by Russia. Nobody believes it. Nobody believes it. There's nobody who believes it. Nobody believes the whole Russia collusion. I was about to go ahead and I was about to do a profanity alert. But like nobody. It's just unbelievable too, because you have a situation where everything is coming crashing down right now. Everything's coming crashing down. And they don't see it too. Democrats are they're actually, would the term be myopic, or they're blind to hypocrisy. They don't realize it. So just go down the list. And these are people who either covered up Clinton's real crimes or went ahead and fabricated crimes to try to frame Trump and everyone around him, or did both. James Comey, no longer fired, no longer at the FBI. Andrew McCabe, fired, no longer at the FBI. Peter Strzok, fired, no longer at the FBI. Lisa Page, very likely will be fired next, no longer at the FBI. Sally Moyer, Kevin Kleinsmith, FBI Agent 1, another FBI agent, all in the IG report. The Office of Professional Responsibility is looking at them. They too could be fired. Bruce Orr at the DOJ, Nellie Orr at the DOJ, or Nellie Orr at Fusion GPS, Christopher Steele. Sarah Carter just exposed him yet again regarding his text message. Space Ghost 1, if you follow all of your offshoot crimes and illicit behavior back to the source, it always starts with the word Hillary Clinton. Absolutely, Space Ghost 1. That's why you and I are intergalactic buddies. That's why you and I, great minds think alike. Space Force 1, you're 100% right. And the list of people, it's like never ending. So I just named, if you want to total, like about 8 or 9 people. Then Glenn Simpson, Fusion GPS. Then John O'Brien. They took my security clearance away, the cacatocracy. I see your cacatocracy is as big as mine. In fact, bigger. You took my security clearance away. What am I going to do now? I think I'll go call Sally and tell him that Clapper is next. Because we all know Sally H loves James Clapper. But that giant forehead will lose his security clearance also. And he'll be in the same boat I will. Then Sally will only have to look at our personalities, not just our prestige. And my personality is so much better than Clapper's. And I'll win her back. So in the end, Trump helped me. Thank you, Trump. Every time you try to hurt me, it only hurts yourself. But the interesting. Okay, so you have John O'Brien. It's the beef bourguignon. I had 50% off. Now I have to pay full price at the CIA lounge. Thanks a lot, Trump. Your tax cuts won't help me with that. John Brennan, James Clapper, who... James Clapper, giant forehead. And it's like, that's not going to work out. So James Clapper, he's going to get his taken away. Then you have the really interesting Susan Rice, Loretta Lynch, Sally Yates. And it's just so it's so interesting that you're talking about now. They're thinking of also. I mean, the FISA judges also. You know, they're going after FISA judges. And that is, and once the judges are going, it's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. So they're going after FISA judges, and you have all of these people now who like are getting completely exposed. Space Ghost 1, thank you. Wingless Angel Court Jester in the house. Dems, donkeys, conservatives, bull elephants. We bulls wobble, but we don't fall down. Wingless Angel. Yes. And I tell you what, I think that the elephants are going to continue to keep control and kick the donkeys out yet again. Wingless Angel, thank you so very much. Wingless Angel, thank you. I think the donkeys are done, as usual, because they act like donkeys, the Democrats. Emperor Forever, I love your Sessions voice. I'm going to do a Sessions soon. Wingless Angel, thank you. Emperor Forever, thank you so very much. Emperor Forever. I'm going to, you know what? I will do a Sessions and I will, thank you. I'm going to do a Sessions in a couple of minutes. Space Ghost 1, do you think these dudes sit back and measure the size of the security? Strzok had his own. Now, Brennan, more popcorn. Yes. I think what they do is they think they're untouchable. And in Brennan's case, he has been up until recently. In Clinton's case, she definitely has been. She's a has-been and has been untouchable. But I think that they think Space Ghost 1, they think they're untouchable because of who they know. Because they're friends with a lot of people on the inside. But the thing is, the momentum is turning. And if your friends are the types of people who crave power more than their friendship with you, then, well, thank you, Denise. Thank you so much. I want to let everybody know I want to feel your pain. I want to feel a whole lot more. What? Hillary, you don't have to hit me in front of people. That's what makes me turn to others. Hillary, your abuse made me want to feel people's pain. Space Ghost 1, I think that what they do is they feel omnipotent, but they don't know H.A. Goodman's Rule 25 of living a decent life, which is that if you use bureaucracy, as I one of the things I say, that 20 people leave right when I say it. When you use bureaucracy to attack and hurt others, bureaucracy will then be utilized upon you to hurt you. Don't be a bureaucrat in life who just simply hides behind a post and says, just classified. We can't talk about it. It's classified information. That's what they did. They went at Carter Page. FISA, we have to get the FISA warrant going. We have to get the unmasking going. We have to get the GCHQ going. We have to get the... But they didn't classify the Steele dossier. Why isn't the Steele dossier classified? Why isn't the Steele dossier classified? I want to know some answers here. Let's get the audience participation going. Why isn't the Steele dossier classified? Okay, I guess I'll wait a little longer. But the Steele dossier is not classified because it's complete and utter nonsense. What they did was they started an investigation based on the Steele dossier and classified everything else. So that's the thing, so that they could hide behind the classification. So Space Ghost 1, thank you so very, very much. Oh. Wow. Wowzers. A lot of things going on. So let's look at Rand Paul really quickly. Rand Paul has stated that Julian Assange should be free or should be given immunity. He also said, Ron Paul has also stated categorically that he should be free. And CIA admits on spying. Senate. Wow, there's so much craziness going on. Let's just go ahead and we'll just do... Okay, so let's look at WikiLeaks. So... I want to see the Rand Paul. All right, Senator Rand Paul thinks Julian Assange should be granted immunity for testimony. This is by Cassandra Fairbanks. This is awesome. And Rand Paul is amazing. Senator Rand Paul believes that WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange should be given immunity in exchange for him testifying before the Senate Intelligence Committee. Absolutely. He should be given complete immunity because he knows exactly what's going on. He knows exactly what's going on. He knows everything. And he can help this country more than anyone in government at this moment, including Trump. He is the one person who can actually save this country from endless. I mean, talk about division. When you continue to lie, it's not Trump who lies, because Trump's statements are, at worst, politically motivated. Those aren't like grandiose lies. Hillary Clinton stated that she survived Bosnian sniper fire, but aside from that, which she didn't, she said she used a private server in her basement, servers outside the United States government for convenience because of yoga. You can't get bigger lies than that. Susan Rice said she didn't unmask names, and she unmasked names. The Steele dossier was said not to have been a part of the investigation. Then it was just a little bit of a part of the investigation. Then we know it's one of the biggest parts of the investigation into NSA moderate to high confidence. The whole thing is a lie on the left. Everything that they accuse others of, they're guilty of 1,000-fold. So, and I mean, it's like, thank you, everybody, for your kind words. So this is such a great, I think that he should be given immunity from prosecution in exchange for coming to the United States and testifying. That's why Rand Paul is awesome. I think he's been someone who has released a lot of information. You can debate whether or not he has caused harm. He hasn't. But I think he really has information that is probably pertinent to the hacking of Democratic emails. That would be nice to hear. He's not going to list a source, but he can simply say it's not Russia. And he would school them so hard. Could you imagine Julian Assange? Sergeant York! Poop isn't class. Thank you, Sergeant York. That's right. That's right. Bull, you know what? Isn't classified. That's true. But yet they did. Yet they were able to do that. And I apologize. What am I doing here? If half the people fall asleep, it's my fault. Could you imagine Julian Assange testifying before Congress? And can you imagine, like, Democratic senators trying to say, why did you allow Russia to hack the DNC? And they would get clowned so hard. They would get so, and that's the thing. Democrats would never allow that. Democrats would never allow that because, well, they would this is the thing, they don't want the truth. So when it was Louis Gohmert and the Long Island congressman, withdraw it. They want to withdraw. They want to withdraw everything because they don't want the truth. They don't want the truth. I just made 300 people yawn. My power is unbelievable. John Brennan. Hi, Mr. President. How are you? Good. No, I'm not in my birthday suit. It's only the afternoon. What I like to do in the evening is get into a nice smoking jacket like Hugh Hefner, but nude. No, nothing underneath, just nude. Yes. And I like to, you asked me. I was going to get into the cocktail drink. I said the cocktail. Is there a bad connection? No, I didn't say that. The drink, like a sex on the beach. No. Oh my God. I said a cocktail like sex on the beach. No. Mr. President, what is wrong with you? A beverage, a spirit. Well, I mean, what kind of other way? Are we playing charades? This is a phone call. Yes. No. I like how about this? A martini. Okay, shaken, not stirred. Like James Bond. Speaking of, can we just move this topic? Yes. Well, Christopher Steele. I know, but more importantly, John Brennan, you did such a great job today. I can't believe it. Yes, I know. He said kekatocracy, I know. Well, he's crying. I can tell you. Well, our spies told us. Yes, he's crying all day. Good. Well, we'll get you the video. All right, Clapper next. Poopo out. Thank you so much. Now, Spider-Man underoos. Okay, bye. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much. So, let's see. Patricia Marino, HA, do you know why they impeached the Supreme Court Justice of West Virginia? Let's look into that. Let's look into that right now. I don't, but let's look into that. Impeachment of entire West Virginia Supreme Court draws cries of partisan witch hunt. The justices were impeached over extravagant spending, decried on both sides of the aisle, but some Democrats suspect there's more to the story. West Virginia Senate expected to impeach all Supreme Court justices. Wow. After spending scandal. 9 apply for interim seat on West Virginia Supreme Court. So spending scandal. Look at that. Wow. The Senate in West Virginia is expected to vote on Monday to impeach all of the state's Supreme Court justices. This comes after WCHS TV helped expose an extravagant spending scandal by the justices. That's really money laundering. A $32,000 couch, a $7,500 custom wooden floor map. And the people of West Virginia, I mean, many are like hardworking and it's like crazy. An $8,000 office chair. Wow. I mean, you can get a beautiful $3,000 couch. A really nice one. 32 grand. House delegates vote to impeach the entire Supreme Court. Chief Justice Alan Lowry is facing 23 federal charges. He insists he had very little to do with his pricey office renovations. Wow. They think they are better than everyone in the state that wants a blue-collar job, said Mike Folk, a Republican member of the state's House delegates. Wow. 17.9% of the population live in poverty. My God. My God. What's the poverty rate of the U.S.? Let's find out. According to new measures, 16% of Americans live in poverty, so they're a little bit above the poverty rate. The official poverty rate, well, it's at 12%. That is just craziness. Well, actually, that's a wrong figure. That's under Obama, so let's see. It goes up to 2016. Thanks, Obama. Wow. So this is up until 2015, sorry. Wow. So that's why. You spent 30 grand on Veteran Anarchy. Thank you. Thank you, Veteran Anarchy. Thank you. Alexander M. Gonzalez. Bernie won last night and rejected Democratic nomination. What? Okay, Bernie Sanders. Okay, Democratic social ideas are mainstream. Then debate them. Then have Ms. Cortez debate them. Bernie Sanders slams Republican Party as being bankrupt intellectually. Yeah, they cheated you, Bernie. They cheated you. And we knew that. And the intellectual brainiacs in the Democratic Party say that it was all a plan by Russia, by the way, to vote Bernie. So We have 658 people watching. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead. What else is going on right now? Wow. Everyone at Platte, well, this is interesting. FBI report, everyone at Platte River had access to Hillary Clinton's emails. And I've been saying forever, this is 2016, but this is always relevant. I have been saying forever. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean, for that. I wrote in my books, but her top secret emails and but her deleted emails. But her top secret emails has already been read by a former Trump advisor. And but her top secret, but her deleted emails, I believe, have been read. I believe, can't confirm. I have a good feeling they've been read by people in the United States government. People are still buying the books on Amazon, $3.99. And Platte River and Data Inc. had all of her emails, even the deleted ones. Trump is just waiting for the right time. He's essentially a boa constrictor. That's what he is right now. A boa constrictor, just moving around his prey. Political prey, I should say, not, got to be very cautious. So, oh, then it's we were spying on Trump to protect him. Oh, that's good. That's so great. We're going to see a huge, huge sea change, especially if when Democrats, Michael C., thank you, Michael C. Marcin, thank you so much. Marcin, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you for watching from Poland. I had a very good friend from Poland in college who was a water polo athlete. He was awesome. He was a great guy, really great guy. And he lived across the dorm from me. And he was, so thank you. Thank you for watching from everywhere. Thank you. He was a very, very good water polo player. And let's just go ahead and see real quick. So what else is going on? What other examples of winning are taking place? Mrs. Christina Assange has a beautiful, beautiful tweet right here. To those former supporters who now consider WikiLeaks fascist, once they published docs leaked to them exposing Democratic corruption, you have exposed yourself as partisan foe free press supporters. It's you, not WikiLeaks, who have become traitors to the truth. Yes, I love that. I love that very much. I love that. If you're not supporting WikiLeaks at this moment, you're on the wrong side of history. I don't care even if you hate Trump. And it's like, if you're not supporting WikiLeaks at this moment, you're not only on the wrong side of history, but you're a tool. If you have a platform, by the way, I'm a memory like an elephant. You don't need a memory like an elephant. You can just look and see who has a platform who's not supporting Julian Assange or WikiLeaks. If you have a big platform, bigger than my platform, or just similar size or not as big, and you're not actively supporting WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, mainly Julian Assange, you're a tool of the Democratic Party. So just do the math. Ultimately, if you don't support Julian Assange, you're a tool of the Democratic Party. That goes for establishment Republicans as well. And thank the good Lord, people are moving away from letters because there's so much winning taking place, and the letters are they have their own problems now. Buzz Lightyear, thank you. But think about it this way. I mean, if you are not using your voice, your platform, if you're into politics right now, and if you don't support Julian Assange, you're a tool. If you're not speaking out against injustice that's taking place, you are pretending to, be against corruption and all that stuff. But really, you're just, at the end of the day, going to funnel voters back into the Democratic Party. The same people, the 645 people watching, the same people who told you to vote for Hillary Clinton, grudgingly or enthusiastically, it really doesn't matter. Those same people will tell you to vote Clinton again. It doesn't matter if they claim to be Bernie or Jill or whatever. It doesn't matter if they think Trump's a fascist, racist ogre. The same people will tell you to vote for Hillary Clinton again or the Democratic Party again in 2020. And that's yet another reason why Democrats will lose. Because they don't have a specific value system. So let's look at really quickly Republicans last night. Let's see so the primaries yesterday. Wisconsin flipped for Trump. Minnesota nearly did. What do their primaries predict for the midterms? I love at-risk House seats. 62 at-risk GOP seats. Okay. Gosh, isn't that funny how it changed from how the estimates changed so dramatically? They're still not gonna go ahead. Let's look at this. Hold on one second. So just how big of a deal is Trump in Republican primaries anyway? This is Washington Post. If you're a Republican in a competitive primary in 2018, the more you can cozy up to Trump, the better. Good. Oh, I don't care. Trump wins Minnesota governor race in an upset. The more pro-Trump candidate, Jeff Johnson, beat Pawlenty. Kansas governor race in an upset. The Trump-backed candidate beat the sitting governor. There you go. Chris Kobash won. Brian Kemp. So all of these, so he had enormous. And then here he gets Trump kind of wins. Trump wins. So the article could have very well have been Trump is a big deal for Republicans, or Trump helps Republicans win, or his candidates win. But of course, why do that? Why go ahead and give Trump credit? Why do that? Why would you want to do that and give Trump credit? That's silly. Why would you want to go ahead and give Trump credit? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's call it another segment. Thank you so very much to my super chat. Thank you so much to my live chat. I will be back later this evening. We will rock yet another live stream, and I'm going to try to start doing uploads in addition to the live streams. I'm going to keep doing my live streams, but I will try to sprinkle some uploads there also. Give me your thoughts below. I always alternate back and forth. To everyone watching, thank you so very much. There's been so many great things today. It's just unbelievable. It's winning all the time. Thank you so much. Have a great, great day. See you tonight.